Hello everyone, welcome. So in this video, we are going to solve this example on descriptive statistics. So let's first read the problem. The highway mileage for a sample of 10 different models of car company can be found below. So here we have the mileage for 10 different cars. We have to find the mode, mid-range and range in first part. In part B, we have to estimate the standard deviation using the rule of thumb. And in part C, using the technology, we have to find the standard deviation. So when we say technology here, we'll be using our TI-84 calculator. And in part C, we have to round our answer to 2 decimal places. So let's begin. First, part A. So if we look at part A, we are looking for, the first thing that we are looking for is mode. So mode is the most repeating data value. So when you look at this data, you can see that here is 20, here is also 20. We don't see anything repeating. So 20 is repeating the most. So the mode is 20. 20, let me write that down. 20 repeats the maximum number of time. So mode is equal to 20. Mode is 20. Next, we have to find mid-range. So mid-range, let me write here. Mid-range is the average of the highest and the smallest value. So it is highest value plus the smallest value divided by 2. And for this data value, the highest value is 48. 48. And the smallest value, as you can see, is 20. And we have to divide that sum by 2, which is equal to 48 divided by 2, 24. And then 20 divided by 2 is 10. So 24 plus 10 is 34. 34. Also, in the third part, we have to find the range. Range is the highest value minus the smallest value. So it is 48 minus 20. 48 minus 20 is 28. 48 minus 20 is 28. So the range is 28. So we got mode, we got mid-range, and we got range. That's our part A. Now we'll go to part B here. And in part B, as you can see, we are asked to estimate the standard deviation using the rule of thumb. So standard deviation for part B, standard deviation according to rule of thumb is the range divided by 4. Is range divided by 4, which is equal to, in this case, the range is 28 divided by 4, which is equal to 7. So according to rule of thumb, the standard deviation approximation value is 7. But remember, the value given by the rule of thumb is not the exact standard deviation. So now in part C, okay, now in part C, we are asked to use the technology and find the standard deviation. That means what we are going to do is we are going to use a TI-84 calculator and find the standard deviation for these 10 values given here. Now here is my TI-84 calculator. So what we do is first we go to stat, and then under edit, we select number 1. And you'll see the list L1, L2, L3, and so on. Under list 1, we have to enter the data. So I've already entered the data here. So once you enter the data like this under L1, you need to go to stat, and then go to calculate because we want to calculate the standard deviation. And this is the one variable statistics. So we press 1. And once you do that, make sure our data is in list 1. Our data does not have frequency, so this will be blank. And then if you press calculate, you'll see different values here. So these are the different values. We are looking for the sample standard deviation. So here you can see this is our sample standard deviation, which is 11 point. If we round it to 2 decimal places as it is asked in the question, it is 11.64. So the standard deviation is 11.64. So from calculator, we got the sample standard deviation as equal to 11.64. So that's how we can use our calculator to find the standard deviation. You can clearly see that the value that we obtain here from the rule of thumb is very different from the actual standard deviation. So in real world, we don't use the rule of thumb to estimate the standard deviation. So that is the end of this video. I hope you find this video helpful. Thank you so much for watching.